Sonics le itadulate anada di masanji jama Gambia Bankoka ise kodo tanole ibe dawo da birin katon fokoina andum batatije hade batatije ise kodo tanole ka bonam bantala bankol to birin UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland anin banku tumal mu beto na doku sone yata atariyata akoita andung allan yata Gambia Bankoka Supersonics le dinkiral siyata katambinin tumal mu meti Supersonics be banku tan sabani nani la to fota findu bankol to dung ila Google Play Store to wala ila Apple app sign ye Supersonics la money transfer app o download pour que ifa munafang na service la
bari ñu wax ne ñoxor yeen seen jamono mënu leen won art ne amu leen xorom ñene ya ko wala du man
waaw xam nga man ben affaire rek la bëgg Gambien ci ñu understand ñu xam man ba tay dama gëm ne ñun la wax de ben Gambien mënu ñu ci théâtre something li nga xamantene man fuñ ko doon expecter ci man happen nuté fofu mu ñew bi ci suma biir sey mu xew fa ma am doom bo xamantene sey ma yaay
ñu ne Yaya Jammeh sa xarit la woon
waaw Yaya Jammeh suma nit la woon waaw
ban personal relationship ngeen am
waaw Yaya Jammeh relationship bu fa nekka noonu dafa yaaga
desi daal yow NPP nga
NPP man NPP la
NPP nga
NPP la
Yeah, so I am still an only child to my mother, and she decided that education would be the key. Education and discipline is what she decided to use to raise her child. And the reason why she came to the combos early is because my grandmother used to spoil me. And she didn't want that. She wanted to discipline me. So she sent me to Marina School for primary school.
Mune devoon na ay jamono yoo xamantene ni ki nga xamantene mooy ndeyam bi ko jur waxu ko dara ci àdduna lu ko mën a dimbale lu dul njàng moom moo ko mën a tijjil lii di dundaam ci fii ci àdduna ci biir loolu mu dem ba nga xamantene am na benn jamono foog mu indi ko ci boori kombo bi fii pour mu mën a jàng pour tey mu mën a ñëw fii mu mën a toog jàkkaarloo ñu wax ak moom wax ak ñun ak suñu bopp ndaxte maamam demoon na ba ba ko yox yarinu maam.
Okay. So Alhaji is suggesting that I say everything in English and then this man will briefly translate everything. And then we can get Q&A because I think the reporters have lots of questions for us. Okay. So went to Marina School, passed common entrance in 89, and I went to Gambia High. I did O-levels in 94. I did A-levels in 96. And then I had a 2-year period where I was looking for jobs. So they may utligay ñu ne la yow am nga A-level do fi yaga legi tay nga am scholarship duñ la jox. So 2 years I was sitting here applying to everywhere, couldn't get a job. Eventually I got a job at GTTI. So I started working in the civil lab, civil engineering lab with a Ghanaian called Pachum. And we started teaching maths and science for diploma and certificate students. In October of 2000, I applied for and got a job with Quantum. That's when the internet started in Gambia. And Quantum had a cyber cafe on Kairaba Avenue. And they employed me there as a cyber cafe attendant. I started to pick up things about the internet, about computers in general. I was passionate about computers. I started in 2000 at Quantum, but in October I applied for a job at MRC, and I got the job because of my experience at Quantum with computers and networking. I am still at MRC. In 2002, MRC gave me a scholarship to study in the UK. So I went for 3 years. I didn't go for 3 years completely. I had to come every holidays. And I studied internet engineering at Brunel University. Since then, I've been back and I've been working at MRC. Right. That is a brief of my background, where I grew up, why I'm Gambian, why I look different from you, but they cannot exclude me from this race. They've been excluding me for a while. And briefly, my education. In addition to my education, I was also involved in always trying new things. So one Ramadan, a little girl came and met us at Midway Center. By then it was, I don't remember the guy's name, but we were sitting down having a chat late night, and the child came, Mungejai Nana. So we bought all the Nana so she could go home. And we started saying, why don't we drink our local teas here? And what I thought it was is convenience. Yeah, what are them marse jenda mbor diko bahal ay waxtu yu jeeful mëna am mbor lolu wéri koor rek la ko nit yi day def. Outside of wéri koor, people don't try to do that. It's too much work. I said, okay, maybe it's convenience, let's try it. Next day I went to the supermarket and I bought some tea. The tea was stapled. Removed the staple, grind some bonbon from the market and put it in the tea bag. Mudor the yabi, faster than it does when you're boiling it normally. I gave samples out. Pulniti Tesco, what did they say? Staple bi, win la, munna am dafa am ay effect. Mune buko liftin defee fofu nono, ken halatu ton, kel waxut ne staple bi dafa am problem de. Waye man dama staple rek nga ne staple bi am na problem. Which means that we don't believe in ourselves. We only believe in what other people have shown us. Okay, ground. I bought a machine from the internet, from India actually, and I started making tea bags. Initially, I was making them and putting them in plastic bags, putting paper inside to label them as kinkiliba or mbor. Still nothing. Yanko takasimbus kany. Gayanko have binte. It's a Gambian thing. Right, okay. Ma uti box. Ma dugal ko si box rek. Everything changed. Box bi nak mo ma ñëka advertise si wall bi. Ajone is my brand, and it started going everywhere because Gambians were proud. All I did was put it in a box. Man dama tok suma benn cousin call ma mu ne dafa demoon seeti xaritam Angleterre. Gaay ne ko bukulo ñu may la mbor fekk moom suma cousin la xam na loolu kooku dem ubbi ko bodam mu génne mbor di ko jox mu call ma mu ne ma boy sa tea bank fi de mu ne ko yéen you people don't know what Gambia has, but I know and I believe in Gambia. Loolu moo tax ma dooree loolu noonu. Good. So last November dama toog rek mu ne xaaral ma dem radio ma declare ne maa ngi taxaw. Why? Because for them waxtaan bi no government bi nekkul di dox lii la everybody is complaining. Gambia wax rek lañ mun waaye time yi def duñ dee def. Because I started doing and I started believing in myself when I started doing, I said, well, let me throw my hat in the ring. I have the qualifications. I'm a high school certificate. I'm a Gambian. I have all the requirements it takes to stand. So Madam West Coast ma declare ko niti di ko jappé tiahan binte ñu bari ñu ngi tok di ma sétan because dañ xamné yeah okay boy bi say la def day jema challenge system bi sometimes set naka la fa tajo fine 3 weeks ago from now ma sampa billboard Westfield Chobidor. Who is the Rasta man? Who is the Rasta man? Who is the Rasta man? Everybody wanted to know. And this is why you're all here today. I am the Rasta man. And when I was starting, everybody was saying, no, dogal sa kawar bi. So buge neka president, danga dog, wax len ko mu dog kawara. Man ni len no, duma dog suma kawar. But this is the reason why you're all here today. Te waxon na ko si first interview bu ma def West Coast. Bu ma dugg si station bi, I was shaking. I couldn't face the public then. I told them I would learn as I go along. Because there are some things that you don't know, but you will know if you're interested in finding out in life. So now they take me seriously. All the people that were sitting down watching, saying, who is the Rasta man, are now calling me. I'm getting help from people that used to be in IEC. I'm getting help from lawyers. I'm getting help from all sectors. So there's a general frustration, just like mine, with the system. Everybody, I'm no problem with the system. Man luma don't complain more because my name is Bankole Yao Jojo Alhazi, and I don't look like a Gambian, whatever that looks like. Time bobu immigration mun nañ ma stop ID card. Okay, what is your name? Yaa ngi amee suma ID card, dima laaj suma tur. Where did you get it from? You're the ones that issue ID cards, and now you're asking me where I got the ID card from. Every time I go to Dakar and come back, I have problems at the border. No. One day ma fipu. Yeah, okay, guys, lolu lañ xamne lolu moy Gambian. Gambian bi da nga wara nekk fi di make noise before they say you're Gambian. Depuis lolu lañ ma may jaama. Te legi xëj na suñ ma gisee si political platform dinañ xamne okay, ki Gambian la buñ ko sonalaat. But it's not only me that suffers that thing. Waxoon naa ko fi si radio bi. Soldat boobu noonu ñu ne du Gambian te mu ngi woon si army bi all the time. Who are they to decide who is Gambian and who is not Gambian? Pol yu bari ñu ngi dunda fi more than 15 years. Mun nañoo qualify, ñu ngi leen a sonal ben tey, residence permit and things like that. It's a question of identity. So man maa ngi foogoon ne ñun ñoo ko dunda rek. Nekte woo, even the small boys are suffering the same problem. You finish it grade 12, you're trying to get an ID card, they start stressing you. People I didn't think, people who had Gambian names and look Gambian, people I didn't think would have a problem, are having problems with the system. Why? The system is not interested in letting you know your rights and what you're capable of. So a lot of children, a lot of young people have given up on the system. They're going back way. Instead of fighting the system, they have given up. No, people. Young people want change. They've never seen somebody that they can identify with. But we're the ones that can change that narrative. All the tribalism that they told me I would face, I'm the wrong tribe. All the religious reasons that people wouldn't vote for me. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that yet. For me, the battle is young versus old. The old guard wants to hold on. Yes, you've done your job. Most of you are over 65. 65 is the retirement age, but they still want to hold on. Why? How many of them know how to use social media like the young people? There are new things coming in. Like, at least jox leen ñu chance ñu seet da mun nañoo yóbbu affaire yi kanam. Why you go to school, you graduate, you can't get a job because these people are still squatting and occupying the position. No, we are old now. We are ready to take over. You should believe in us. You should trust us. Yéen a ñu yar, yéen ay suñu waajur yi. We are here to move the things forward. You've done a good job up to now. We think we can take it from here. We think we can do a better job. Give us a chance. That is my appeal. So, because of my life and the things that I've been able to achieve, I came up with what I would call a manifesto. It's a manifesto in the works. It covers the things that I understand and know about. There's some parts missing that I want to talk to experts about and ask them, what is the way forward? Because even though I'm independent, and that's another issue, independent. Later how independent? Luisa party? No, independent. Independent party? Yes, okay. Because what with everybody? People don't even understand that an individual can stand as a presidential candidate in Gambia. And the system is trying to stop that now. They've put the bill in front of Parliament to say that they're trying to discuss that independence should be 500,000. Independent, 10,000 la won. Yaya Jammeh yoko ko 500,000. Pujema discriminate niti. Guy win, you want you ko 10,000. Why legi because the pigs have taken over the animal farm. You ko buga yoka to 500,000. You ko setan. One individual, one party mun naa fay million waaye benn nit nga teg ko 500,000 yeah man si man you're discriminating against the Gambian. It's only people with money that should stand in politics. Ana ñu ñaaka yi ñooñu waruñ see bokka ñun dañ war di soona rek di continuer man dëgga suma laay soona ma wax naa leen ne benn doom laa woon suma yaay jox na ma lu ma war a jox yépp te léegi maa ngi koo delloo jukkeel. What I want and why I am Rasta is that I identify with people that have potential but they're being squeezed. What I think is the way the Gambian system works now is because we've been dependent on aid so long, we've decided that we need that image. Su nit doon yalwaan mu sol kos doo ko faale waaye maire bi téye doomam boot doomam bi kii di ñene hit weñaangee naawa yooyu noonu dañ ko may sa dalasi or sa $5 or sa $10. Now, in order for them to continue getting funding from abroad, they keep us poor. The story has to add up. Du wax rek la moo nekk they have to see it. So demee si village yi nga bugg a jàppale jigéen yi sa ñu ne la ah da nga bugg a ñu fecca. No, I don't want you to dance. maa ngi ñëw ma sampal leen ay never die for seen fence or ma sampal leen ay limon for seen fence. But miinal nañ leen ne xam nga tubaab yaa ngi ñëw luñ bugg a photo up. Gaay dinañ ñëw ñu joxe seen wéccit yi yéen ngeen fecca gaay am lu ñëw nataal pour won seen gaay ne we are helping Africa. No. We can help ourselves. Boy, these things are going abroad. They're being sold abroad. They're being recognized. The brand is being recognized. Mango yange rotfi, maybe 50% of Gambia's mangoes goes to waste because Gambia man mango bu rot si suuf duma ko laal dafa nooy. Mango bu deget la buga. Madam America gis mango geja. They don't have mangoes. They dry the mango, they eat the mango. Mango. I'm from Gambia. Mandina leka mango geja. No. But other people want these things. And these things are dropping here like people don't even understand that why halisangi funeka. It's the thinking that is the problem. Wow, kuneka munge hard support. Bugana jagat ocha duai mangi kapa support. Ban support nga need pull ocha. You put a seed in the ground and you rotate it. No, government has to help you with that. Some of the problems are our problems. The way we think is what is affecting us. Yes, some of the problems are the government, but everybody thinks that their life is on pause in Gambia. If I don't go abroad, if I don't get support, if I don't get $1 million or something, yeah, Gambia meeting and good. That's why we can sit here and eat for free every day. The GAFA support bobu nono. Man magis fi yep ñu dé liggéey. They start from scratch and they climb up the ladder. Pour you dé door ak sen table di jaay either nen or cigarette. After you dugg ci boutique, after you dugg ci magazine. It's all a test to see whether you can handle money and responsibilities at each level. Why you musangulo handle dara nga ne million lañ la wara jox bala nga door. No, lan nga defa 10,000 ñu xamne mën nga yengal 10,000. What have you done with 100,000? Pour ñu xamne mën nga handle 100,000 bala ñu la jox million? People, the government is the problem, but we are also the problem. Wax leen ko mu dog Rasta mi. Degloon guñ ma sa lu ma am pour wax leen ko mu dog Rasta mi. Why? Because we are a conservative society. It's all hypocritical. It's all hypocritical. Listen to what I have to say and judge me on what I am saying and whether it's possible or not, instead of Wahlen Komudogra Stambi. So, the first thing I believe in is free education. And I say that because I've been to school where people have had to drop out of school because of financial problems. Their parents couldn't afford to pay for them. These people are much cleverer than me, and they had to drop out. Imagine a Gambia where no child has to pay for education while you're getting educated, but when you graduate and you're productive and you're working, you contribute back to the fund that funded your education so that the current crop of students will get an education. Our brains are our only resource in Gambia. So let's not hinder those brains from developing to full potential. Free education, I think, is my #1 priority, and it is achievable. I've started talking to other people who were in the administration, and they tell me it's possible. #2, after free education, I think we need good jobs, because in the brief time that I've been involved in politics, when I go and hang out with people, di leen laaj luy seen problème yi liggéey bro liggéey amul dañ dee wax ne Gambia dafa lazy waaye gisuñ liggéey bu ko jar. It's almost like slave labor. Yow nga jël nit di ko fay 2000 3000 moom paasam bi rek is 2000 already. Ana lu moo lekka ana fu moo dundee yooyu noonu. They're right, they are right. Let's try and create good jobs. So my second priority is good jobs, and by good jobs, I'm defining a good job as any job that pays at least 10,000 a month. It's a start. It's an honest wage, it's a living wage. Dina wàññi sàcca yee yooyu noonu su ko wàññi wutee tamit kooku su ma ko waree tëj duma si am ñaari xalaat ne kii daf ñu doon soxore. At least it's getting better than average. $10,000 but it's a big deal for most people, and I think if we could start working towards getting people jobs that earn them $10,000 a month, we will be in a better place. So I am saying the government should target, I don't know how many jobs I can create, because information is another problem in Gambia, and without information you cannot plan, you cannot manage. You try and get information, they frustrate you. But based on the budget, I think we can create 1,000 jobs a year minimum that pay $10,000 a month. And every year, if you keep adding 1,000 jobs, in 5 years, it's 5,000 jobs. Those jobs will have knock-on effects. How can we make these jobs in Gambia? I am saying we already grow groundnuts, we already grow tomatoes, we all eat dege, we all eat domoda, we all eat benechin. Benechin, tamate lohoti la. Tamate lohoti bangi ñew, jobs yaangi des. I am saying let the jobs come with the tomate. We can grow the tomate, we can dry the tomate, we can packet the tomate. That will create jobs. Domoda dege la. Ku nekk mu ngi jagar dege boppam. If GPMB was making dege, it would be high quality and it will be cheap and affordable. And because it's a demand, ñun ñoo ko dee lekka. Even Gambian ñu nekk abroad dañ dee bëgg a dege Gambia. Why? Because dege bi abroad dafa am sukur. Dañ dee bëgg a jënd dege fii. Mun na ñoo jagar dege fii dege bu doy, and it will create jobs. Loolu ak yeneen a yeneen bari na. Mun na create jobs every year. Target boobu noonu 1,000 jobs yu fay 10,000 mun nañ koo create minimum. I don't have the information, so I cannot promise more, but I'm saying at least it's the lowest number of jobs that the government should be trying to create every year. Yes, it's businesses that should create the job. So government just has to come up with policies that will make these businesses bring the factories to Gambia. But you don't squeeze your people, and any investor that comes and says, okay, I'm going to do A, B, and C, you don't have a way of measuring their impact. You give them everything they want at the expense of your own people. ñu bari ñu ngi mel ni man ñu bari ñu ngi jóg ci yii nii am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngay jagar jaam am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngay jagar leneen a leneen Gambia fii dooleeluñ leen ñu ngi toog di leen seetaan. Ministry of Trade, Industry and Employment had a budget of 100 and something million last year, but the President's office had a budget of 600+ million. By the way they spend the money in the budget, they tell us what is important. So President's office is 6 times more important than creating jobs or creating trade or creating employment. Is that what they are telling us? Youth and sports was 100+ million. So the office of the President was 6 times more important than investing in sports. What is the prize that you win if you win Gambia's league? It's still less than $1 million. We are lucky to be qualified for African Cup. This is the first time. Man buma neka xale wente zone 2 rek lañ don't qualify. Why? They don't invest in sports. Even though Gambia has an athletic young population, as we speak, Gambia is the gold medal holder in Africa for beach volleyball. So we can do it, but we are not being given the support. So I am saying that as a government, I think we should invest nothing less than $1 billion in sports. 1 billion is what it will take to build a proper football league that pays money as salaries to players that will attract people from other places to come and play, because if you want Gambia's play to improve, you need to compete with higher people. Okay, those people, when they come here, their people will want to watch our league. The Premier League, the reason it's big is because it covers everywhere in the world. Maybe there's no Gambian there, but there's Sadio Mane. We can identify with him when we're watching Liverpool play. This is part of the reason Lutaniti they set and those leagues. We can create entertainment here, and we can sell that entertainment because the Premier League makes billions in TV rights. But you need to put something in to get something out. They're not putting enough in, so nothing good will come out. 1 billion in sports is the third point that I'm saying is part of my manifesto. The fourth thing I think is national development by us, for us. What do I mean by that? Previous governments will punish communities if they don't vote for them. So Yaya Jammeh, for instance, has for the longest time been punishing Kiang because Dufa don't win. Or development in Alenjala. We'll take it to where they vote for us. Those people are Gambians as well. Okay, politics is politics. We don't like you. It doesn't mean that we are not Gambian or we shouldn't benefit from Gambian things. What I am proposing with national development by us for us is to give every voter a voucher of $5,000. This is not money that you can spend. This is money that you have a say in how it is spent. This is money from the budget. The budget last year was $20 billion. If there are a million voters, then 5,000 times 1 million is 5 billion. That's only 25% of last year's budget. A lot of communities have small problems, maybe bigger problems. I'm not ñoo xamne sen teen ba wow. I'm not ñoo xamne bohol lañ bëgga. Am na jigéen ñoo xamne ñoom dañ bëgga ñu fensal leen rek pour xaré yooyu noonu bàyyi di lekk seen jiw ak yooyu noonu. Yeah, that money, that 5,000 that I'm saying, is for community projects, not for individual projects. Every community come around a project, yen yep yen a ngi téye seen xaalis. So you decide whether it's a school that you want, whether it's a health center that you want, whether it's a borehole that you want, whether it's a village garden fence that you want. By putting your money together and saying, okay, million buñ soxla pour school bi, ñun 200 tek nañ suñ 5,000 bi, mut na million. So the contractors here will tell us how much these things cost, and if enough people put their $5,000 vouchers towards meeting that target, that project should be funded. This is development from the ground up. They come and they tell us, we'll give you roads, we'll give you electricity, we'll give you water. Maybe not every community needs the things that you're giving them. You're not even listening to what people want. You're coming to tell them what you will give them. I am saying I want to hear from the people. And how will I hear from the people? By giving them the right to decide how $5,000 in the budget is spent. Now, that money, whether they put it in the school or whether they put it in the health center or whether they put it on roads or electricity, is what the community is saying it needs. Every community has different needs. Ñom nañ ñu wax ñom lan lañ bëgg ñu defal leen lolu dañ ñun ñu tok di wax ne ñun li leen leena defal ak la leen leena defal. I think we are mature enough as a nation. Gaay dañ ñu xeeb fi lañ doon wax ne TRRC should not be on TV because man suma gisee ne ki mo reyon suma papa dina ko attack. But we have shown ourselves as a nation to be mature. We can make those decisions. Yes, the needs are greater than the money that we have, but I think that's an equitable solution. If everybody has access to that funding, you can decide. or it will be a local argument between the school or the health center. But in the end, people will put their money around that project. That can happen every year. 25% of the budget can be given directly to the people to decide what development project they want to move their community forward. It's not impossible, it's coming from the budget. That for me is national development by us for us. 3/4 of the budget is still in the hands of the government. So for things that people have decided for themselves, ne li lañ buga, tibinta ñu ngi soxla yeneen dimbal, or things that are national, like roads that cover the whole country, the government can cover those things, which is 75% of the budget. And so my final point is this: if the people are deciding what they want in terms of development, instead of bringing an expert from abroad to come and tell us how to fix our problems, ñoo xam ne mosu ñoo dëkk fii oo xam lu ñoo dunda ñoo ñoo luy suñ problème yi ak naka lañ ko faje. If that is solved, then we can have a one-term presidency. Because the argument that Mr. Barrow is giving now is, let me finish what I've completed. Melen mama jekali luma door. No, man gisewuma ko nonu. It's not a 100-meter sprint, it's not a marathon. Dukuko door moko jehal. It's a relay. African problems, human problems in general, cannot be fixed by one person. There's no amount of time that you can have that you can fix all the problems. So, Jawara tried it for 30 years, he couldn't finish fixing the problems. Yahya Jammeh tried for 22 years, he couldn't finish fixing the problems. This man has done 5 years and is asking for another 5. Everybody is saying 2 terms, Luther. Parce que non la ñëwé ci ñun togo ñu ségal lolu nonu da lolu. It works for our local community. No, because 2 terms la tuba bi di def ñun tamit 2 terms lañu wala def. Lu tax tuba bi day def 2 terms ak ñun lan lañ soxla? Guinea Conakry, Alpha Condé daje na 2 terms. Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara has removed the 2-term limit. People are saying that Macky Sall is on that path. He's trying to remove the 2 terms. That's what's bringing all the problems in Senegal. So then for me, 2 terms is too long in African politics. If you leave them there for 2 terms, they will try to stay for longer. If you leave me there for 2 terms, I will try to stay for longer. So why don't we make it 1 term? I think if you're there for more than 2 terms, you're no longer working for the country, you're working for yourself. But I'm just scared that 10 years is a long time in politics, and people will undo the things that are keeping them to those limits, as I've given you examples just now. So if I win, I've already written my resignation for 2026. Even if I wanted to do 2 terms, I cannot do 2 terms. Because guy wahon nañ ne how will you be different from Barrow? Feel like we were on 3 years, mungi talk 5 years. Well, if I tender my resignation and I post-date it to 2026, then I cannot sit for more than 1 term. If I win and I get in, I will change the constitution to 1-term presidency. And I will make it an entrenched clause, bo xamne gaay suñ ñëwé dañ ko mëna daaji parce que yoy nonu yépp bu impasse bi amé lañ ko jàng. So these are the 5 points that I have in my manifesto. It doesn't cover everything. It doesn't cover agriculture. It doesn't cover health. I have some ideas about those things, but they're not fully developed yet. I still want to consult with experts and find out what is the way forward. Free education, good jobs, national development by us, for us, 1 billion in sports, and 1-term presidency. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum jamaatul muslimin. Assalamu alaikum jamaatul muslimin. Maa ngi nuyu sama bépp mbokk julit mbe mbaadi musulmol be kontonna al kontonna lu tola. Maa ngi nuyu bépp mbokk julit ci turam ak santam. Comme li suñ président bi wax le xam ngeen ne jëma bu mel ni man ku ma war a expect may war a ñëw boor bi amiin loolu dina war a jaaxal jëmma yu trop lii comme li suñ président bi wax la lii general desperation la defi ne lii ñu nekkee nii wisuñ ko suñ boppa nii laa ko mën a waxee fii kenn du wax sa morom lii nekk ci dëkk bi gis ngeen ni mu fi demee Gambian jëmma la woon boo xamante ne maanaam ñëpp soppoon la ñëpp di ko nawlu def ko roylu waay fu waaye jógee ci àdduna Gambia lay dem ñëpp bugga nañ ñu maanaam téye nañ ñu ay nit waaye fi mu nekk nii suñ dundaangee demee noo xamante ne nii maanaam buñ yàggee noonu ñu nekkee dinañ mel yeneen jëmma yoo xamante ne nii àdduna dinañ ñu joxoon dinañ ñu seetaan te dinañ ñu reetaan ñun bëgguñ lekk bu bëri bëgguñ naan bu bëri ñun lan lañ bëgg a jaamu suñu borom ci xel bu dal ak bu teey bëgguñu fitna ku ñu deful dara bul ñu def dara nka men fo wolem num mbaɗi mandinkoolu naalinte ñum mo sifaade ñun dula sifal to e moɓe ganta lonale min ganta kante sijang ani mente sijang wolem fondin kewlu anin ɓe ñin systéme o men kono wala ñin koolu kata ñaamin amanta ñaama molɓe kela mo sifa dolti men yaalon ko senen nin sama ndel foŋote haŋele ka finti kate walen alinga wuli albeye wuli waato tëjee waxtu bi jot na mbooloo kunda man dinaa def élection boo xamante ne nii Gambia du mus a am fi ma waxee moom mooy ñi nga xamante ne musuñoo vote bugguñoo bokk ci élection bañ nañ ko ba boo leen ne élection ñu ah booy man bokkuma ci man dama xam yi léegi ñooñu dinañ jóg dinañ vote di reason waaye li tax ñooñu boo leen ne booy jóg leen ut voters card ñu vote ñu ne ñoom bokkuñ ci because they don't trust those people ñu man laawo moolu la gomuñu leen booy demal nga vote ku nekk xam na voters card ku gën a def xam na li moo njëriñ nga ne yow doo dem waaye li tax doo dem léegi gars yi dinañ dem waaw élection bi gën a neex Gambia mooy bii xam leen ko nag képp ku dina vote dina vote booy si jóg leen ali wuli sunkutu mboolu nka ke keɓaali feŋole en ko naataka men gonndi kuma kinolem ali moolu maa koy ali moolu déema dimbale leen nit ñi jàppale leen danaa gis leen nit ñi nekkee buñ waxee nga ne julit buñ waxee nga ne christian loolu mbaaxa ko tax a indi waaw soo baaxut yow nooy mën a jaamoo sa diine ku bon nekk bàkkarkat boo deewee foo jëm safara buñ amut buñ dem safara benn christian buggut a dem safara benn muslim buggut a dem safara soo moo dóoree tëj ma kaso baax na waaye lan dangaa dem safara soo gisee mënuñoo egg a gis tëj boobu noonu bi ko amuñ xol yi rey nit booy bàyyi sa xel de lii boo ko defee boo deyee dangaa dem safara ñooñu nit ñu baax lañ am na yéen a dëgg seen xale lañ leen a rey comme bu la am reyante gii di ñoom ñoo ko indi drogue bu ees la xam ngeen ko amu fi woon fii luñu daan reyante mango daf ma abaloon rislam mu bañ ak yooyu lu ko lee waral bif la maa ngi la mere woon yaa ma mere woon ooñ ñu kuul ñu jubóole waat ñu li ma tax a ñëw moom mooy yéen laay waxal Gambia mag ñi laay waxal bii yoon déglu leen ma yéen waxoon nañ leen de ñun fii dëkki jaama la nañ fi def jaama nañ bàyyi kilifa yi ñu meñ leen jaama suñ mayee kilifa yi jaama ñu respect leen kilifa yi yërëm ñu loolu la ñu dina bi wax waaye léegi du fekkee ne mag ñi yërëmuñ ndaw ñi ndaw yi duñ leen mën a respect booy na waaye koto bu soxor bii ayoo ku bon kii pour lan ah pour lan nañ leen try ñun suñ boppa comme li président bi wax ñu wécceeku ñun ay jullit lañ ñun bëggu ñoo dee dem safara ñun buñ ñàkkee sa baax na waaye safara koo fi koo noon ne ko booy safara booy dafa bañ lu waral loolu kon ñu baax lañ kuy ragal alaaxira kuy xelaat ne su ma defee lii waxul nguur gi de ñu tëj ma de mu ne su dee afta boo dee lu xew ku ko xam kenn waaye nit ñu baax lañ waaye di ba leen nit ñooñu waay jël li ñu def ñu tukkati taay jaaykati yamba ñii doon saga mbedd mi rob boo ñu gisee comme ay ñu dul Gambian meluñ woon loolu waay yéen yéen ñu jàngal yéen yéen ñu wax lu ne ngeen bëgg ñoo jaaxal dañ ñëw pour jommal leen al wuli waatoo sëjee jóg leen ñu musu def vote xam ngeen seen boppa man I am talking with the brains waxumaa gémmiñ ji ak bët de man ñi maa waxal xam nañ seen boppa ñoo xamante ne musu ñoo saani élection musu ñoo bëgg a vote card lu tax bëgguñ ko waay amuloo yaakaar te yow di nga wiir ñooñu nag ñàkk a yaakaar laay waxal anañu ñi ñàkk a yaakaar musu ñoo am yaakaar ci nguur ñoo booloo bii yoon ñoo jóg ñi ci bokkutoon kenn boolewu leen woon bañ dem ba nga xamante ne léegi bon la nañ ñu leen a xoolee mbon di leen joxoñee mbon waaye boo baax lewul foog bon waay fu baax le baax kanaa bëggut a baax le tawal sa moto boo ñëwee kër bi ñu ne darbaati di wax fi ñëwoon wàcce na wala wàcce saako maaloog lifin kana bëggul loolu soo ko amul bon dimbale leen nit ñi ali moolu maa koy kaari man bete ya ni la ko la bete ya foy jaw ya ko ako je mbaɗi naɓe kaari ɓum moɓe taɓaɗo ndaɗa no jiiɗa wallahi ma ko yaade tout wonde ajol ɗin ade ɓulle walne ma dino iman jawyade iman kuriyade ali mawlum ma koye gambia fii digala dika bu ñakala waaye gambiyan ñakul ñun dañ soxorante waay ñun lu ñuy dimbalante waay ñun xam nañ liñ diggante woon ñun xam nañ fi ñu doore woon benn bool benn ndab ñu wër ko léegi ku nekk sa palaat ngaa teg ku amul loolu bu xiifee fu mu jëm loolu ngeen lañ ko doy doon yóbboo borom kilifa yi duñu yóbbu borom xaalis ku ci ñàkk demal ci Modou Moussa demal ci kii nii ana ñooñu su koy dem tey ku nekk teg sa buntu kër bu nga jël koo jël di ko raasloo moto def ko waj maan muy coono xam ngeen lan la Gambian li fi amoon ay fiw nit ñoo fi doon def ay problème su joxoon police problème one time police ne leen lii ñële la waa groupe bale la léegi bu police amee problème nit ñi am problème kan la hey dëkk dafa am bunta kër dafa am bunta ñun fi mu nekk nii gis nga amuñ bunta gan amatul ci pelom xoolal suñu war ak yu ñuy futte ko ñuy jumtu fa la gaay ne léegi boo bëggee dugal wala fooy jëm xam ngeen man li ma fi indi moom mooy man am naa ay xoolal ay nit ñu doy képp koo xamante ne yow musuloo sànni kaat te yow nekkul ne ay diine fanatique tax xam nga li may wax a yow ñu may waxal man maa ngi wax a xel yi jóg leen ngeen defal seen ay di kaat ñun suñ taayam jot na waatoo tëjee pour xoolal ñi war a toog lii dirim la yàgg nañ koo wax kañ la gëstoo président bi di ñëw laaj la nit ñi képp kuy tuukat nag nga dee géem a record sa biréen bi li nga doon génta naan kañ la di jógee ñun suñ biir dimbale ñu mu ngi waay nit ñooñu nag ci mbedd mi si kër yi lañ jógee ana waa kër yi waaw kenn ku ci nekk am nga benn rastaman benn ku dëgër boppam waaw te jigéen ñee leen tut ak paa yi asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah man su ma wax bii jee waaye after da ngeen may am ci YouTube ba yooyu man mooy di foona di ngeen may am waaye lii kenn mënu ko jeex.
Let her say something.
Hello, asalaamaaleykum maa ngi leen di nuyu ñëpp kenn ku nekk.
Thank you. It's okay. Is that okay?
Hello, asalaamaaleykum maa ngi leen di nuyu yéen ñëpp yéen ñu fi nekk di leen gërëm rek si taxawaay bi kenn ku si nekk bàyyi nga sa soxla ñëw fii xëj na time bi du am lu ma wax lu tuuti la rek waaye man su ma wax dama ko yóbbu si suñ mbokki jigéen yi because Gambia bi léegi soo ko seetee coono bi am na comme suma président nu mu ko waxee rek kër goo dugga rek am na problème waaye problème bi yëpp at the end of the day daf dee ñëw si boppi jigéen ñi because yow soo amee doom nga ne doom bi jàngal nga ko ba mu wàcce at the end loo dee expect moo nekk ne xale bi war na moo am liggéey waaye munta am liggéey so yow léegi dafa mel ni like sa all resources wees nga ko si xale bi éducation am liggéey amut so man suma mbokki jigéen ñi laa nekk di waxal ñu jóg ñu jàppale ñu ut suñu ID card yi suñu utee suñu ID card yi ñu am suñu voters card yi ñu votal Mr President Banki so that jigéen ñi ñu mun a noppale ko because tey su fekkee comme moom ni mu ko waxee ne suñu nekkee président noonu la moo def like ne dafa def free education jigéen ñi noppale ko neen because léegi jigéen ñi nga dee gis ci marché bi ñoo dee jóg suba teel foo dem jigéen ñi nga dee fekk place liggéeyukaay boo dem jigéen ñi nga dee gis marché bi suba teel jigéen ñaa dee jóg so su fekkee loolu yëpp jigéen ñaa ngi koo def pour bugg a jàppale seen doom yi ñu jànga den free education ñëw na kon jigéen ñi lan la ñoo toog it's high time pour ñun tam ñu jóg so that our voice can be heard secondly also moo nekk ne like job opportunity and good job for that bill because moom nu mu ko waxee moo nekk ne like fii nii lu ñu dee fay salary ñun ñëpp xam neen ko fii kenn dofut fi kenn nelawatut ñëpp a nekk di eewu si ñëpp a ngee xool seen bët yi like nit koo xam ne daf dee jógee travel from Brikama to Westfield yaa ngi koo fay $3,000 and that one moo nekk ne kooku moom la këram yaakaar kooku la famille am yaakaar yaayam kooku la yaakaar brothers yi sisters ñëpp kooku leen yaakaar at the end of the month du dee mën a solve problème yi boppam yi talk less of problème yi famille bi ñu ñëw di ko lebel ne kaari dafa bon daf dee liggéey di yaaxa fekk nekkul loolu comme earning bi our expenditure is more than our earning so loolu moo tax Mr President Banki mu jóg ne dafa create good job for the Gambians so loolu tam soo ko seetee jigéen ñi war nañ see gis seen bopp because yow jigéen bi soo jàngalee sa doom bi ñëw am liggéey boo xam ne dafa am at least am $10,000 per month mun na moo dimbale boppam mun na moo dimbale jabaram mun na moo dimbale njabootam dangaa gis ne responsibility dafa wàññeeku because soo ko seetee normally as su fekkee everything is going well at the age of 18 years yow nga jeexal school at least sa ndéewa sax war naa wàcca sa parents yi waaye yet still danga gis koo xam ne dem na ba mag a grown up somebody a mature somebody lu ko yaayam defalu du ko am lu ko papaam defalu du ko am so loolu moo tax ne naka la lu ñu am loolu du ñu dee doy surtout ma ñu ko defal leneen so this is why Mr President Banki mu ñëw ne like good job and then comme beneen last one bi nu mu ko waxee time amut I have lot to say waaye kii mu ngi maa wax ne just like 5 minutes last one bi moo nekk 5 years one term presidency because yow soo fi mënta def dara for 5 years then there is nothing you can do even for 20 years loolu wax la rek they are just using it as opportunity so that they can have like ways and means to eat our resources and then like to waste them me I don't believe in that what you come to do moo nekk 5 years soo ñëwee def ko stop there the next person comes mu start from there it's just like a relay run a distance stop give the baton to somebody to continue then danga gis ne where you stop the next person su ñëwee he or she will start it from there so loolu laa am lu ma doon wax di wax ne suma mbokki jigéen ñi ñu jóg ut seen voters card ndax ñu noppale ko it's high time jigéen ñi soona neen soo gisee tamit mu jóg mu ne jigéen ñi la bëgg a jàppale nekku ne dafa fàtte góor yi because fii Gambia kër goo dem góor yi am ne 2 jabar 3 jabar so yow su fekkee da nga jóg nga doolele jigéen bu nekk mun a responsible njobootam then yow góor what is your responsibility now yow da nga relax because example su fekkee ne yow góor bi am nga 3 wives Mr Banki mu ñëw mu ne free education yow jigéen bi loo doon xëy di dem di uti for all your family moom mu ñëw def loolu yëpp free kon yow jigéen bi what is the use of yow ngay xëy suba teel di dem marché di jaay or di def other things it's not important dangaa gis ne jigéen ñi dañoo relax so loolu moo tax man dama si gis suma boppa te dama bëgg a every Gambian ku nga xam ne jigéen nga ndaw nga gis sa boppa si Mr Banki ñu jóg it's time for us to tighten our belts and then to fight the war. Right, thank you all.
Mr. Gomez will make just a brief statement and then we'll open the Q&A session of the program. Mr. Gomez.
Move to chair, please.
Good morning, distinguished guests. And I will say good morning to our local languages that I can say good morning to. Bufa. Nephew. Assalamu alaikum. How jam? On a good morning. What I am about to say is not that much because Mr. President have stated what we are here for and what we come for. I just have few things to say to Gambians. To Gambians, should stop discriminating, tribal discrimination and appearance discrimination. We have this problem in the Gambia. Since when I was a little boy, I encountered this problem. But it's not something that we're going to talk about here. We are here to establish a unified Gambia. A Gambia that benefits everybody. All the leaves, the trees are all living things. They are all in Gambia. They all need to be part of the benefit of Gambia. is one Gambia. It's a meeting point. In my auto, that's what I put there. Gambia is a meeting point. We come from different directions of West Africa to be here. That's why we have 8 ethnic groups. But this doesn't count when I was a little boy. In a tenant compound when I was a little boy, you will not know who is who and who is who. We all share the same thing. In Gambia, there are people whom you know that some people, their surname, they don't bear it because of what they have, the comfort they have in other people's family. They decide to bear those families' surname. That's what I know in Gambia. To come to Mr. President's, what Mr. President said, that free education, we believe in. Because me, myself, I'm a victim. My mother have to stop my sister from going to school, and I have to go to school. What she told her is, he is the man, he is the boy. Let's educate him, and he can stand for us tomorrow. My mom have to sacrifice for my sister. So, and I don't want no mother to sacrifice again for no child, for not going to school. There is so many child labor in the Gambia. That is very wrong. They are infants. They need to be cared. They need to be taken care of. We don't need to neglect our own children to be doing the roadside vending, which is very wrong. It is true, some families, they have no possibilities. Some mothers are there, they have no possibilities because daddy is not there. It's sad. But we as people, one Gambia, and women in general, you gotta continue being that strong person you are, to your strong shoulders. It will change. We are not coming every 5 years. No, we said no to that. We coming every day. Every day we coming for your problems. Because we say unify Gambia. My tribe is Gambia. My tribe is not Manjago. I am born Manjago. My surname is Gomez. But I am not Manjago. I am Gambian. My tribe is Gambia. This is what I want Gambia to know. So we go back to straight to going to free education still. Ministry of Basic Education. I'm appealing. This is an appeal. Mr. President, I'm appealing. Since when I was a little boy, a lot of people has been drive out of school for lack of paying their school fee. Which is sad and the same when we have a ministry to take care of that. If a student didn't pay for school fee, it's not the student's fault. The student cannot ask the parents, why you don't pay my school fees? Because the student will not know how the parents get their money to pay their school fees. I'm appealing to the ministry to allow all students to sit their exams. Let the school write the bill, pass it to the ministry, let them pay for it. Because their parents are paying for tax. We are the taxpayers, we need to be looked after. We are looking vulnerable and weak. And my voice is for the vulnerable and the weak. We're gonna speak all the languages, but we are here for a press conference, which is not much time. We're just gonna talk to the people who are present and the media, that we are coming. All the villages, we are coming. We are not gonna give you gold spoons, but we will teach you how to get a gold spoon. This is Gambia. Unify Gambia, I call for. Let's all be unified. It's Gambia, it's one Gambia. No tribalism. When I was a kid, I don't know about tribe. I can speak languages. Some people don't even know what I am if I don't tell you my name and my surname. I can speak because I'm a Gambian. This is what I want everybody to put in mind. And I'm gonna talk to the youths. This is development by us for us. Let's get up and not to hear our parents. We're gonna hear them in the right way they took us, but right now, they're not taking us on the right path. They're not. My apologies if I said anything unknowingly or wrong. Unify Gambia, I call for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for indulging us, having taken so much of your time already. And now we would just open the final chapter of the event, which is the Q&A session. You all know the drill. Introduce yourselves, name and stuff, and then we pick it up from there. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
What somehow?
Assalamualaikum. Banki, semua post question ni, mangi juga sama sama, mangi juga Gambian Talents TV. TV di kabinet ni, ni Gambia. Rawat na nak mag ni, bari din assistant, ni na kami mone ka Dreadlocks, ag, you know, nunyaw dal. So, tay yang ko din, mabugalat siya. Dak dinga Doc Rasta yi. Sudi, Gambian fi, loolu mooy tax ñu gis la serious. Beneen bi moo nekk marijuana. Ku nekk xam na ne nekk na loo xam ne ñu bari ñun suñu media house ñeneen yi seen leen message ñu wax ne ñoom dañ laa support parce que yow dangaa support lu mel ni marijuana. So ma bëgg a xam rek ndax yow dangaa support marijuana ak ndax tamit dangaa toog marijuana parce que xam nañ ne Dreadlocks ko di associé ak lu mel ni loolu mooy sama question. Thank you.
So first one with Dreadlocks with dama ko dog. Man foog naa ne su dee Gambia dañ serious waruñ ma laaj da dinaa dog kawar bi parce que du kawar baay def liggéey bi kawar bi is just an appearance su dee Gambia ni appreciate wuñ suma appearance ñu bëgg a continuer si luñ fa nekkee woon di torox waaw nañ continuer waaye kawar bi dee du dog kawar bi moo ma isil lii yëpp yéen ñu fi taxaw tey yëpp kawar baa leen fi isi because yéen a ngi joomi kanay rastaman bi toog nii bëgg a nekk président yeah ok cannabis laaju leen ko kenn de waaye man laaj ngeen ma ko because rastaman la I am going to tell you my opinion and you are the press da ngeen dee mun a edit wax naa leen ko nag ngeen déglu ma bu baax me Banki I believe in legalizing cannabis me Banki now legalizing it in Gambia is a national thing. It has to go through parliament. Now, why do I believe in legalizing it? Because the UN has decriminalized cannabis. Because the WHO is calling for studies on the medical benefits of cannabis. Okay? In Gambia, it is not illegal for me to buy a bottle of beer. Ben police duma arrest pour ma jënd sangara waaye dinañ la arrest because yaa ngi tuux taay no if we are going to allow alcohol we are going to allow cigarettes we are going to allow prostitution then bàyyi leen nit yi ñu tuux economically places like Uganda places like Morocco are making billions from selling cannabis waa Gambia ñun ñu ngi béy gerte di ko jaayee wéccit so for these and other reasons me Banki personally I support the legalization of cannabis waaye yéen di ngeen ko twist ngeen dem wax gaay ne rastaman bi dafa ñëw pour legalize cannabis loolu dëkk bi ñoo ko decide kacaa jot na kaay leen ñu waxtaan man foofu laay waxee any more questions?
Yes, lots of questions actually. So Omar Ba of the Standard, followed by Emel Ba Korea, and Abulai Fati.
Thank you very much. I am Omar Ba, and of course along the way you will inshallah be seeing me all the time because of the political report.
Okay.
Welcome to the political arena.
Thank you.
My first question is with regards to, the promises that we intend to achieve in terms of changing the pay scales, probably in Gambia, what we can determine. This is a tax-based economy. What the tax cannot give us, we borrow from somewhere. How do you intend to achieve this? How do you intend to get the money to feed the bills? The other question is with regards to you associating yourself with the young people. You've called on the old guys to we don't
let's give them water 3 months after the rainy season so they can grow a second set of crops. Preservation, this is the other thing that we can do. The tomate lohoti, the dege, these are all ways of preserving groundnuts, tomatoes, and all these other things that we have. Like I said, I'm not an expert. What I heard from the farmers, especially recently with the groundnut season, is the government didn't give us fertilizer, they didn't give us seeds, but now they want to force us to sell our groundnuts at 20,000 when we can take it to Senegal and sell it for 23,000. I believe that the government should give them groundnuts, should give them seeds, and should give them fertilizer, and should give them farming implements. Because when the COVID strain that will be lethal, that we all will stop touching our faces and wear masks always comes, those people will shut down their countries. So we would have to survive for ourselves here. The other one was what? 1 term in office, like I said. I've written my resignation already. It's dated 2026, 4th December. So it's no longer a promise. That I can submit. It's a legal document. Yeah? I'm serious about that.
Hello, my name is Alhazi from Bankole. Mr. Bankole, you made mention of food education. Okay, food education obviously the environment it has been outside of the monster. The mentally disabled people and the physically disabled people have been left aside. They are both to be discriminated and voted. Are they part of your agenda? Hello, good afternoon, Mr. President. This is Jamie from Entrepreneurial. Before you mentioned about the youth, I understand you talked about more jobs for them and also a billion in sports. But what I'm interested in about is what about other aspects that youths are interested in? For example, the entertainment industry. What are your plans for that?
So in terms of education, it's not only for the able-bodied, whether mentally or physically. Every Gambian. Yes, we are lacking mental facilities. Even Tanka is not enough for the madness that is in Gambia. Maybe we need to bring more mental health experts to Gambia. But I don't believe in discriminating. I've been discriminated against, so I'm on the receiving side. I know how it feels like to be discriminated against. Yeah, there are steps in most places. There's no ramp or anything for disabled people. I am aware of these things because I've lived in a country where people that have been disabled can live their lives. I think it's partly sensitization and partly creating policies and laws to force public places to accommodate these people. But as a government, I don't believe in leaving anybody behind because maybe we are all mad people. It just takes something to trigger that madness. So we might be the ones that are suffering from that. The thing about youths, the jobs is not necessarily only for youths. It's for anybody that is serious about working. If you're serious about working, I'm serious about helping you. The billion in sports, yes, because I believe that we have what it takes to make world-class sportsmen, and we should start investing in that. I was talking to a guy from the Athletics Association yesterday, and he was saying that Gina Bass, that is number 6 in the world or something like that, is training in Senegal because Senegal has a sports center of excellence. So maybe we need one of those things here to improve our athletes and other things. In terms of entertainment, entertainment has been a big inspiration to me. Right. Why do I say that? ST is making millions. Jizzle is making millions. Attack is also making money. These people started from the ground up. It's not IMF that came here or World Bank that came and gave them a grant to start singing. This is something that they felt. I can identify with those people because I'm starting this from the ground up and it's taking off. It's more of those examples that we need. Now more people are doing music because they all want to be like ST. If we have success stories, we will have role models. If we have role models, we will have more people wanting to be like that. Maybe we will erase that thing in our brain that tells us that we need to go to Babylon before we can succeed. So, entertainment, I don't really know what their problem is. Briefly, I was talking to a guy from Holy Family Bland. and he was telling me basic things like copyright, like just to have a number and things like that are still a problem. The law exists, but nobody is implementing it. I know the value of that. I have barcodes on my things. I spoke to Sparkling Black. He said that BBC had played his song, but he never received royalties because it's not copyrighted anywhere. I mean, if this is paperwork, what are we waiting for? That would have been money that they would have sent to him that he would spend in Gambia. We're allowing it to just roam freely abroad. I need to listen to them and how they want to be helped. I really want to help those people because they've already taken the first step. You can jàppale leen ñu dem ci billions, millions doyut léegi.
Guys, we'll take up a few more questions since it's a Friday.
How come you want more questions? You already asked the first set of questions. Or the one whether I smoke? Okay, we'll come to that. Mike.
When a black president in the history of America was elected, there was a guy named Alhazi. Who was caught on a mic telling narco.
Oh my God. Sit.
Yeah.
Who is now President of the United States of America. Today, also the leader of the free world. I'm having the two questions. Being behind the mic, instead of being in front of the microphone, sama jaga kara, itu yang bila walau le, tapi who come. And my question: is it fair for the Madam, to be acquitted by a court in the Gambia, just to be arrested after he was free and utter the same word that your daddy uttered before in the international stage with Barack Obama? Is it fair for your Madam at least to be given respect for using that same word that began? February 10th, we are going to put up the job. Georgie doesn't approve. Just to know courthouse in the Bangalore Magistrate Court, and then Wadawa was arrested and taken to the airport. No question more. Yet Wadawa, as a prominent Gambian lawyer, outright to at least voice out his frustration by using the same word that Joe Biden, who is now the president of the United States of America, used on the international stage.
Wait 1 minute, let me just speak on that.
No, wait. And I am very that move.
Right.
Water mobilized. If young Kubatawa is going, real,
So wait, what is the problem? He used the word and they... Okay. And that's why they arrested him again? Okay.
Take your time and answer this.
Yeah. Where's the matter?
No, the matter is before the court now.
Yeah, okay.
So it's before the court. We don't know what this is regarding contempt of court and stuff.
Yes.
We have legal
Yes,
correspondence.
we should not dialogue on it. Yes.
I'm not really sure if he can speak on the legality.
That's what I was going to
or
say.
not.
Because I'm not aware of the particulars of the case. You know, I can have an opinion. I don't know whether, I know there's contempt of court things. You can't say anything in court all the time. So, maybe the rules over there don't apply to the rules here. We should, this is the Gambia and we have our own laws. If Joe Biden can say something there, doesn't mean we can say something here. I don't know. Is everybody else, you don't want any questions? You're happy? You're happy? He's monopolizing your time. Okay.
Perhaps one more question, final question?
Will you be repeating them? Because I wouldn't remember all the questions. So you'll be reminding me of what the questions are.
I didn't get any part.
So, man, tontongu maki. Man, balama halad 5 different questions. Full tontu ko ngane one more question. Was the bill 500? Well, dina ko lijante because jannako. And I think maybe I have convinced a few of you. Maybe other people are watching me. Maybe they believe in the cause. Anybody that believes dalasi sa hebun ko ñu dem. That's number 1. Number 2, géej bi kontaan na at least léegi ñu ngay complain léegi métti na parce que fii su métti wutee nit yi duñ dee jóg. Géej bi yaaga na fa yaa jaame sa joxoon na gaay gaal gaay jaay ko dem back way waaye at least léegi ñu ngi see gis njëriñ Chinese yaa ngi ko poison na yooyu noonu léegi xëy na ñun dinañ jóg ñu door di liggéey si géej bi parce que ñun ñoo ko soxla yéen ñëpp xam ngeen ne ëppa doole ñu dee nappa fii su maagal amee jën daf dee ñaaka anañu lan lañ soxla pour dem nappi man nag I like experiments su desoon si man rek dama tëj river Gambia ñu def ko fish farm the whole river ñu def ko fish farm nga xam ne boobu jaraatut nappa sax nañ dem rek di tiba si jën yi saa yuñ soxlee ñu tiba. That's an experiment. This is what I think if I had resources I will do, because we are farming animals on land. Why can't we farm fish in the sea? That's what I would have done. But I'm happy that there's pain. I'm happy because su métti wutee nit yi duñ dee wax su métti wutee duñ dee dem kanam. But thank God métti na léegi. So nañ toog ñu waxtaan si loolu noonu. Like I said, it's not just about me, it's about us. Yow ekkati nga loolu noonu. Pare naa pour puus. Waaye pare naa tamit pour ñun ñëpp ñu toog ñu waxtaan as a nation lan lañ bëgga ak lan lañ si pare def. Affaire yi du lem loxo wax rek le ñun ñëpp dañu war a jóg ñu dem.
He asked, that was a follow-up question.
What was the follow-up question?
What was your second question?
That was the second.
Oh, okay. Matsama. Any other?
Thank you. Billy rek Fatuma bëggoon naa ma am ak yow jaakaar mo may daaxal
dina ñëw
waaye suma first question bi waat moo nekk ni dégg nga woon dara ci mbiri soxna banque dafa am jabar naa amul jabar beneen bi moo nekk yaa ngi liggéey si place bi nag émargé si li nga wax ñu bëgg a xam rek parce que politique dafa ànd ak so much commitment da nga war a dugg ak génn ndax da ngaa quit sa liggéey bi nga focus on politique beneen bi nag askan bi ñu ne da nga bëgg a boos moo tax nga dugg si politique waaw parce que gis nañ ne da nga def Rasta nga ne moo tax ñu tey ñu ñëw fi mënoon ngaa toog nga ñàkk a def leneen ñu bari ñu nga xamul la from anywhere waaye toog neen rek ñu gis la nga dugg si politique bi tey ku la xam ne si jaay lu ñu wax ne ñu bari xamul la soo toogee rek ne da nga bëgg a nekk si biir politique bi gis na boo si laaj xam nga ne doo mën a nekk président du Gambia ba li nga bëgg a nekk beneen président yu mën a taxaw oo président moo xam ne moo fi nekk ñu mën a gis liggéey parce que nit nga sa bi wax nga li nga bëgg a dina gis ne dina la mën a def ministre yow daal dafa bëgg rek nekk si nguuri Gambia loolu rek moo tax nga toog su ko defee ñu ministre bi Rasta la loolu rek nga si bëgg waaye buus rek nga ñu bëgg a dégg sa tontu.
What was the first one? Lan la ñu xelal. Awma jabar waaye am naa doom. She's 13 years old. Number one. Number two? What was the second question? Boos. Ndax boos laay ut. waaw boos bokk na si ku amut boos kenn du la faale. ku amut boos kenn du la votal. ah boy 17 parties a am di boy ñaata nit a xam parti yooyu noonu yëpp ABC DEF UDP GPP like ñooñu noonu duñ leen dee faale sax soo amutee boos ba ne nit yi déggal nit yi gis la naka la ñoo déggee yow loo bugg ak loo bugg a def boos moom ñëpp a ko niit du man rek de waaye man nag utuma boos yi jéem a ut big hype yooyu noonu ñu jox la minister of something or the other ñu jëm di la neexal de kaay seetaan maa gaay la. The battle is not between me and them. The battle is for you people to register because most young people identify with me. Most young people are complaining about something or the other that the system is not doing for them. Man fofu lay xeexee te xam naa ne am nañ seen political yooyu noonu bugg laa neexal jox la ambassadeur fii pour nga dem nga noppi ak yooyu noonu man noppi taxut ma jóg de. I'm here to represent the silent masses. moo tax suma géwél bi mu ngi doon wax fii this guy is a ghetto man man dew ma si yaay compagnie yooyu noonu demanguma foofu parce que gars yi maa kool dégg nañ ne yaa ngi dugg politique waa ñëwal ñun ñoo amee youth si yëpp am nañ 1000 votes am nañ lii ñëwal waaye di nga génnee dara de non ñii ñoom dama dem foofu noonu ñu appreciate man nit lan dama dem ma toog ma campé gars yi waaw yow looy def nii kenn mësut koo def ñun gars yi faale wuñ ñu yëguñ ñu yow dañ la appreciate si loolu rek you can identify with us you will sit here with us and you will listen to our problems du benn du ñaar du ñetti ko fu ma dem rek gars yi loolu la ñoo wax so my battle is pour ñooñu noonu yëpp dem uti voters card parce que if 300,000 people that are capable of voting dem register ñu vote booy loolu mooy ëpp 200,000 yu gars yi di wax nii yëpp ñii ñu ngi fight pour luñ gis man lu gars yi gisangut man yooyu laay taget the MRC question. Right, I'm going part-time for now because ñëpp xam nañ politics naka la mel. I have the intention, but I cannot do this alone. I need the support of Gambia. And we all know that Gambia is about waa nañ la jàppale then ñu daw sa gannaaw ak yooyu noonu. I don't know whether I can convince them in time, but at least let me keep one foot on the door. So I'm still employed, I'll be there part-time. I have leave. I will take it towards the end where I will need it more. Whether I'll be minister, it depends. Again, suñ la def minister pour sampal la ñëw ne la mu ngi nii lii la doon wax ba pare defut suñ la defee ministre ba pare dooleeluñ la amul njëriñ o suñ la defee ministre tey ëllëg ñu daaxa la gisoon nañ fi coalition gaa ñu fa nekkoon nañ ministre after nekkaatuñ ministre ku fa nekka di géwél rek yes barol lii barol la kooku moo nekka ministre bi tey so posi ministre taxut ma jóg posi ministre taxut ma jóg.
Take our final question now. Yanko Ajawi.
The question is straightforward. I mean, you said your manifesto is not done. How to do you expect to see it? And then I hope you're going to discuss in detail those that you left out, especially agriculture, tourism, not focusing only on the aspect of pre-education and everything. Thank you.
Yes, like I said, I'm still working, I'm asking around Benahel Duhel. My brain alone is not enough. Other people have been involved in these aspects of development more than me. I want to discuss with people like that, and they can give me ideas. It should not be about me, it should be about us. If you have an idea on agriculture that everybody can see that will work, then come up. But in the meantime, I'm talking to those people. The manifesto, like I said, is the 5 points. I think the thing for me that is missing is the education, is the health and the agriculture. Yeah, you're mentioning tourism. Tourism already exists. We're in Badala Park for one. But I think maybe we should explore other kinds of tourism. You know, we have a peaceful country. We have a university that now is attracting students from Cameroon, from Nigeria, from Ghana to come and study here. When I was a child, it was Furabe College or Ghana, Legon or UST, you know, Nigeria, Ibadan and places like that. But if people from those countries can come here, then imagine if we had invested in education and in the university to the point that it's world class, so that we can attract 10,000 students to come and study in Gambia. Imagine if we can charge them $10,000 because they're paying that kind of fees over there anyways. 10,000 times 10,000 is $100 million. That's $5 billion. That's just in tuition. Imagine they have to live. Maybe they will live in Badala Park. Imagine they have to eat. Do you know how much of a knock-on it will have on our economy? How it will make us benefit more? I believe that we should start exploring other kinds of tourism. The kind of tourism we have here is cheap tourism. Yo tubabi dañ dé wacca légui sa dem Talinding because ñew nañ fi 30 years, xam nañ boy. How much money is that bringing? How much money can the other one bring? Students are here for 9 months. Tourists are here for 2 weeks. Any more questions? 1 minute. How soon what? Oh yeah, okay, well I still have time. They haven't even registered voters yet. Maybe between now and voter registration, I would have completed that. Security. What about security? You see, I think that the punishment should fit the crime. But if I assault somebody today and I'm walking the streets tomorrow, I'm emboldening everybody else who wants to assault somebody. So defé lu bon, dañ la wona won né xam nga lu bon, we don't accept it here. Now I've been talking to a few people in the security services. They say the laws are not even there to support the punishment that you probably need to deter more crime. But for now, we are rewarding crime. That's why we are increasing the number of criminals that we have. Until we change the laws and start punishing crime, what I would like to do is to lock people up and make them productive. China is ruling the world because they're exporting prisoners to build all these things that they are building abroad. So instead of ñu tej la nga nelaw di ew di chop for free, maybe war nga do di liggéey block mu na yomba nit ñu bëgg sampa ñu am lu ñoo sampé. Make them productive. That's what I think about crime. Because Gambia, we are not very disciplined. Suñ ko xolé be xol ko. Way ku dof lu bañ la ni tap nga duga di nga janga métier di nga njëriñ society. Man non la ko gisé. What about price control? Yeah. 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 But this is what, okay. If you import rice, then you are at the mercy of the rice producer. If we are not growing rice here, then maybe we should start growing rice here. That's the price control I believe in. Let's do it here. Okay, domuna wat nit ki, you're on the receiving end. Why you also is one sa malo or sa kering, nga hustle, nga ampul bribe, xam nga ñaata checkpoints yi yoon bi fay lolu nonu yep nga calculate lolu nonu nga yoko ko ci price kering. Nit yi di complain. We are on the receiving end. Waaw ñun dinañ complain. But when you get on the production end, then you know that things are not as easy as they are. So, if we are really serious about price control, not just applying bandage, we need to operate. Let's start doing things for ourselves. That is the ultimate price control. Why, if your food is being dictated to you by abroad, then your prices shouldn't change. Whenever the dollar changes, we will have issues. But if we start producing it here, we can control the price. Any more questions? I hope I've satisfied everybody.
bari ñu wax ne ñoxor yeen seen jamono mënu leen won art ne amu leen xorom ñene ya wala du man
waaw xam nga man ben affaire rek la bëgg Gambian ci ñu understand ñu xam man ba tay dama gëmme ñun la wax de ben Gambian mënu ñu ci théâtre
moy
something li nga xamantene man fuñ ko doon expecter ci man hapu nuté fofu mu ñew bi ci suma biir sey mu xew fa ma am doom bo xamantene sey waay
ñu ne Yaya Jammeh sa xarit la woon
waaw Yaya Jammeh suma nit la woon waaw
ban personal relationship ngeen am
waaw Yaya Jammeh relationship bu fa nekka noonu dafa yaaga
de si daal yow NPP nga
NPP man NPP la
NPP nga
NPP la
Sonics le itadulate anada di masanji jama Gambia Bankoka ise kodo tanole ibe dawo da birin katon fokoina andum batatije hade batatije ise kodo tanole ka bonam bantala bankol to birin UK Europe USA Canada Switzerland anin banku tumal mu beto na doku sone yata atariyata akoita andum allan yata Gambia Bankoka Supersonics le dinkiral siyata katambinin tumal mu meti Supersonics be banku tan sabani nani le to fata findu bankol to dung ila Google Play Store to wala ila Apple App sign ye Supersonics la money transfer app o download pour que ifa munafang na service la